Hey guys, so in this video, we're going to jump into what does it cost to build a dome. So a few months ago, we released a time-lapse video showing the complete build from start to finish of this beautiful Aircrete dome in Arkansas. And as of now, there's just over 2 million views on the video and more than 1,600 comments. This was kind of a crazy project that Ella and I took on over last summer. We had a young baby and we were traveling between Canada and Arkansas. And so it was really, really busy, but we really wanted to do this whole build in a condensed period of time so that we could showcase what's possible using the Dome Gaia building system and document everything. We had an incredible amount of help from the amazing Dome Gaia team and a whole lot of awesome volunteers. People obviously loved the video, but there were a lot of comments about the cost to build, and some people wanted clarification on exactly how the building method worked. So luckily, we kept very detailed records, every single receipt for every part of the process. And we did this from very breaking of the ground for the foundation to all the way of the finishing and the furnishing and getting it ready to list on Airbnb. Before we dive into the numbers, here is a quick overview of what we built. We built this dome in Arkansas, just minutes from the Crater of Diamonds State Park. It's actually the only active public diamond mine in the United States. We partnered with Global Glamping, who had a property there, and they operate this beautiful glamping site called Diamond Glamping, and they're just minutes from the park. So we thought this was a great location for a Dome Gaia dome. So until this, they've been using canvas tents and a few wooden cabins. And they wanted a more permanent structure, something that was insulated and a bit more energy efficient, and that would be comfortable year round because the canvas tents are really hot in the summer. They also don't hold up that well to the humidity. And so the Aircrete dome was really just a perfect fit for this. They also wanted something that would be really unique and get a lot of attention on Airbnb. The dome was designed mainly for 2 people, but we did put in a pull-out couch so it could accommodate a small family. It includes a full bathroom and a kitchenette. It's just enough for a short-term stay, although some guests have stayed there for as much as a month at a time. I personally fell in love with this design, and I got to stay in the dome for about a week after it was completed before I had to go home, and it felt so good inside. It stayed really nice and cool. It was incredibly hot. The AC barely had to work, just on the lowest setting. And just it felt like you were in a cave, but also the big windows really brought you into the outside, and it's just super cozy. And then as soon as I left, it was listed on Airbnb and started getting bookings right away. It's got nothing but 5-star reviews, and everyone's really loved staying there. Okay, so let's dive into the cost to build each step of the process. And at the end, I'm going to total it all up and give you some additional thoughts on the value you get from building this way. So the first thing that you need to do before you start building is a detailed design follow. This is super important so that you know exactly what you're building and you don't make mistakes. So we built a detailed 3D model in SketchUp, and from that created construction drawings of the foundation and all the other components like the electrical and the plumbing placements. Construction drawings can be a little bit frustrating because they don't always have the measurements that you need for building a dome. So we took a little extra time to make sure these drawings had all the right angles and measurements specifically for domes. We also drew out all the forms that we need to build for the arches, so we knew everything that we needed and had a good material list to go with it. Now we did this ourselves, so there's no cost for us, but if you don't have SketchUp skills, you can hire this out for about $600 to $2,000 depending on your project. You can also purchase pre-built floor plans for as little as $300. So moving on, the property already had well and septic and electricity. So all we did was pick a good scenic spot where the dome would stand out. And it wasn't too far from the electric and the water and the septic system, but we had a tight schedule, so we had to jump right in and get started prepping the ground as quick as possible. So the first part is the foundation, and it was our first main expense. The total foundation cost came to $3,795. There are lots of ways to do a foundation, and this is one of those costs that can vary quite a bit depending on your location, your soil type, and exactly like the topology of the ground, things like that. We had a very flat site with almost no frost line, so we didn't need any major excavation or put in any deep footings. We did get a quote from a couple people. A big contractor came in at around 5,000 to 7,000, which was very high. But luckily we found a small local guy that knew the area and the soil well, and it saved us a bunch of money here. So it is worth searching around and talking to different people. So the $3,795, that included bringing in a few loads of dirt, the forming of the slab, and the prep work for the drains, the water lines. It included the concrete delivery for a 6-inch slab and the piers we drilled into the ground for additional stability. It also included all the rebar, the plastic, and labor to get it done. So I thought this was really a great deal, and we were very happy with the quality of how it worked. One of the added features that we did here that didn't really affect the cost much, we drilled about 8 holes into the ground. These are the piers, and this anchors the whole thing and to prevent it from moving. Now, a lot of times you're putting in footings and foundations around, the perimeter, and you just don't need to do this. But because we were just doing a slab on the ground, and they had the attachment for the tractor, this was like almost no extra cost to put these in, and it really secures everything and makes the whole thing super, super stable. Okay, so now we get into the plumbing. So before pouring the foundation, we installed a lot of the plumbing. We ran water lines from a few hundred feet away and connected to the septic system. Most of the plumbing cost was in the underground work and all the bigger drain pipes that went into the slab. So this had to be done ahead of time. Then there was the toilet and the sink, and that all came in around $500. The rest was about $2,000, and that's for all the fittings, connections, and materials needed to tie it all together. So everything together for the plumbing, the total cost with the toilet, the sink, the shower valve, parts, and all the little things that go into that was about $2,500. Okay, now we get into the main structure. So we built this dome using Aircrete bricks, and this is a really different method than most construction techniques, so it takes a minute to get your head around it. We first make the Aircrete by mixing a water-based foam with pure Portland cement and expanding it into a super lightweight insulated material. We pour this mixture into molds and it forms bricks overnight. So these bricks create the solid foam core of the wall, which is then coated in a fiberglass reinforced stucco on the inside and the outside to achieve the full strength. So you could use metal, but the fiberglass is much easier to work with. And with the right layers, it ends up at a very similar strength to metal, but it will never rust. Some people in the comments thought the dome would collapse easily or not hold up to earthquakes or fire, but they mainly don't understand the strength of the dome geometry and the incredible strength of the composite wall that's made this way. So technically, these Aircrete walls are what is called a stress skin panel. The combination of the dome and the geometry and the strength of a stress skin panel creates a structure much stronger than most conventional buildings, and it's completely non-toxic with no formaldehyde, fire retardants, VOCs, or anything like that. It will also never rot, mold, or burn. So we've built hundreds of these domes over the years in a really wide range of climate zones, and they've survived heavy snow loads, earthquakes, hurricanes, and even floods. Our designs have been vetted and approved by multiple structural engineers, so we're really confident in this building technique. The best part of building with Aircrete is that it's very simple and affordable because the bricks are lightweight and they're super easy to cut, carve, and smooth out. So you don't need that many tools, and really anyone can learn it, even if they have no prior building experience. So this makes it a very DIY-friendly method. The full cost to build the dome structure with Aircrete was $9,000. And this includes all the Portland cement, the special foaming agent that we use to give the Aircrete its lightweight insulated bubble structure, high-quality stucco, the fiberglass mesh, forms that we make to support the arches in the beginning, and the waterproof paint that we put on the outside. And it comes in a lot of different colors, so you can get the look exactly the way you want. If you want to know more about how to make your own Aircrete and how to build with it, we've put together a free ebook with details and information on what we've learned over the years building this way, and we're really excited to share it with you. So if you're interested in that, check out the link in the description to get your free copy. By the way, if you're enjoying the video so far, we would greatly appreciate it if you hit the like button and consider subscribing if you want to get our new videos when they come out. Okay, so the next item on the list is electrical. Our total electric spend was just over $2,000, and that includes the breaker panel, conduit, wiring outlets, and lighting fixtures, We also had to run for about 300 feet of service line using this thick aluminum cable that we buried in the ground. And that added about $700. This will all vary based on how far your dome is away from the main electrical feed. Now, the next thing is the mechanical systems. And so this includes the water heater and the air conditioning in this case. To have a comfortable place to live, having good heating and cooling and hot water is key. So we installed a high efficiency mini split heat pump that did both heating and cooling and a propane on-demand water heater. We installed the mini split ourselves and saved a lot of money. It was only $764. We also had to buy a vacuum pump so that we could vacuum out the piping for the coolant system, and some gauges. But those were tools that we'll reuse in the future. Hiring an HVAC professional would have cost us around $700. So we saved a lot here, and it's really, honestly, super easy to do yourself. The propane on-demand water heater was also pretty inexpensive and perfect for a small cabin like this. It easily runs a shower and a couple of sinks. And it just hooks up to a propane canister on the outside. It's also super compact, and so we were able to hide it behind the mirror in the bathroom here, as you can see, and it's worked really well. Now, the next big item is the interior finishings. So the complete interior finishings came in at $7,634, and this includes the windows, paint, tile, the custom shower, lighting, a wood countertop, and finished concrete floors. Biggest line items here were the windows, and they came in at around $5,000. We did order custom windows, and the manufacturer made a mistake, and so they didn't fit quite right, and so we had to make some modifications. And the company gave us a discount, so we saved a little bit there, but it did create a lot of extra work for us. So if you are getting into a project like this, definitely talk to us, and we have some tips about ordering windows. Now, for the bathroom walls, we used Aircrete. It's a waterproof finish, and it gives it a pretty nice natural look to it. So it fit well with the curved features. We also did grind and polish the concrete floors a little bit just to make them a little bit nicer, and that added a little bit of cost from some rental equipment. Overall, our biggest spend was still the windows. And again, we didn't go cheap on these windows. We did get nice custom curved windows to fit. Depending on your build and your design, you can definitely save money on windows over what we spent. But again, we really wanted to showcase the design here. All right, so the next big thing was the furniture for the inside. This is actually separate from the finishings because it's not permanently attached, but this includes the bed, the sofa, the chairs, coffee table, decorative lighting. We wanted a high quality look for Airbnb, and we didn't have a lot of time, so we didn't skimp here. If you want the full list of all the items we use, just let us know in the comments, and we can share a spreadsheet with you with all that. I'm not including this in the total cost. It was around $5,000. So the next was just some miscellaneous things. They're hard to put into a category. These came in at about $893. So these were mostly smaller items like screws and caulking and fasteners and maybe some little odds and ends that we needed to buy, and some consumable things that got used up during the build process. All right, next is tools. Our tool spend was about $3,300. We already owned most of the tools, but there were a few things that we had to buy that we couldn't bring with us. The bigger items were things like the scaffolding and some extra ladders. And then there were just things that you do use up, like grinding discs, some safety equipment. Some of this was also the rental for the floor sander, and some tools are now part of our permanent kit. So although this was a cost of the build, we still have most of these tools. Okay, so here's the fun part where we get to total everything up. So the total cost for materials, and this is without the labor, was $27,600. The building came out to be about 300 square feet. So that's only about $92 per square foot, which is much lower than building a similar sized tiny home out of wood or materials that wouldn't last. For the quality and performance of Aircrete and the uniqueness of this dome design, we feel it was an incredible deal. Also, keep in mind that when you build small like this, the cost per square foot is a lot more than when you're building something larger. Some tiny homes actually end up around $400 per square feet. As you go bigger with your building, your cost per square foot comes down quite a lot. And the last thing we didn't talk about was labor cost. We didn't include this because it varies so widely. Aircrete is a really DIY friendly building method, and so a lot of people do build these themselves, and so it's hard to, calculate the labor cost. Many of our students with zero building experience have built their own homes after attending our workshops or taking some of the online courses. If you do plan to do most of the work yourself, you can keep your costs lower, but a lot of people want to hire it out. If you did hire out most of the help, I would expect to spend between $10,000 and $20,000 depending on how much you outsource and how much you do yourself. If you were hiring a contractor to do a full turnkey build, it would be a lot more because the contractor would manage everything and they would add on their fees. But it's still a very accessible project compared to a lot of traditional construction. Okay, so that's the full breakdown of our Diamond Dome building costs and the process, the lessons we learned, and some tips for saving some money. If you're interested in building something like this yourself, check out some of our other videos, visit our website, be sure to subscribe to the channel. And if you want more detailed videos like this, like plumbing, electrical, or installing windows in a dome, drop a comment below and let us know what you're most interested in. All right, thanks so much for watching.